they're alright, but they're not me. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. Guys, let's talk about Jonathan Majors. I was just looking for some updates on what's been going on with Mr. Majors, because you guys know he's been embattled. He's been in some trouble for the last, month and a half. So I was looking for some updates. Didn't find much. The same old thing. He's innocent. He's guilty. Who knows? We'll find out. Stay tuned. But what I did find was an old article from this past February that I thought aged kind of ironically. So I want to share it with you guys because this is a clear example of be careful what you wish for. All right, guys. Now I saw this in fandomwire.com and the headline goes something like this. I thought it would have come by now. Ant-Man 3 star Jonathan Majors is shocked with lack of backlash after Star Wars fans racially abused Moses Ingram for ObiWan Kenobi. He was ready for a backlash for playing Kang the Conqueror, and go figure, it never came for him. Why might that be? We'll get into that in a minute. The article goes on to say, diversity has been a strong point of recent Hollywood movies and series. Try everything, everywhere, all at once. Everywhere you look, it's diversity and inclusion all over the place. We love diversity, and of course there's nothing wrong with that unless it's forced into it. I told you guys that years ago. It's not diversity that people object to. It's the forced diversity that doesn't feel natural. That's what it is that takes away from the story. But anyway, moving on. Jonathan Majors feels nothing but pride in portraying Kang the Conqueror in the upcoming Marvel projects, especially when the people gave him no backlash. Talking about Moses Ingram, who had the unfortunate circumstance of getting racially abused, read critiqued, which was basically what it was. That was the spin that the studio put on it to deflect from the piss-poor writing that was Obi-Wan Kenobi. And of course, we all pretty much admit that right now, don't we? Getting into this, it says here, Majors did not get the bad reception he was prepared for. He was all ready to play the victim. Like I said, this is aged quite ironically. The actor instead was complimented by Marvel fans for portraying that Kang and Kang alone, a person of color, is enough to take on the forces of the MCU. Jonathan Majors feels powerful by portraying Kang, but making her debut as in Disney Plus's Obi-Wan Kenobi, Moses Ingram revealed that many racial messages and abuses were piled on her. Putting on a brave face, people appreciated Ingram for her role and rushed to stop the racial abuses hurled by the Star Wars fans. Who can forget that? Of course, Ewan McGregor was in his car talking about there's no place for racism in Star Wars and all that BS that was going on back then. I mean, come on, guys. Reva was not a well-drawn character. She seemed very awkward playing that character, Moses Ingram did. And of course, she's not immune to being critiqued. That's what an actor has to face, especially online. It's just what it is. Are there racist people out there? Of course. There are racist people that come into my comment section every now and then. You ain't gonna see me. Listen, man, 2 tears in a bucket. Ruck it. It goes on to say, Jonathan Majors was shocked when a similar situation did not happen to him. According to the actor, he was mentally prepared for an intense backlash by portraying Kang in the MCU. Much to the actor's shock and delight, the racial abuse never came. Majors further praised the fact that Kang, the big baddie, was played by a POC, a POC, a person of color, a Negro, and that he needed no help from any other character showcasing an individual's power. And he said, nothing is more diverse than the fact that the big bad of the MCU is a young black boy from Texas. That's nuts. No, these nuts. I know, I gotta stop that, guys. I gotta grow up. You know what I mean? And there's no help. There's no allies. It's just big bad. And he's a member of the African diaspora. is Kang a member of the African diaspora? Is he really? Jonathan Majors, once again, you're missing the point. You're in a whole different universe, dude. You're playing a whole different species, a whole different race, a whole different being. You know what I mean? You're putting that African diaspora on there. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not the Kang scholar. Maybe Kang is actually a Kang. He's an African Kang. Somebody help me out. I don't know. Okay, you can see that in his lips, his nose, his cheekbones, his ass, everything. Well, not the ass. I just put that part in there. But he says you can see it in his lips, his nose, his cheekbones, everything. That's him. It's us. The actor further talked about when he felt the racial abuse would come anytime soon. But it never came. And he goes on to say, well, it's not too late. You're damn right it's not too late. Look what happened even a month later, Jonathan Majors. He says he was waiting for it. Well, here it is, baby. Ha-pow! He says, well, it's not too late. Yeah, I thought it would have come by now, but we'll see. People are crazy. Why do I not think it's happened? Why do I think it's not happened? I don't know. I feel blessed. I was thinking about my sister, Moses Ingram, from ObiWan Kenobi, who was also attacked. Perhaps the Star Wars camp is different. I don't know. I don't know if we've gotten it much in the Marvel world. Oh, look, Jonathan Majors, it doesn't work that way, bro. See, this is what I'm always talking about, guys. Racism. I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding of what racism is and the nature of racists. Racist people cannot stand you. They hate you. They want you dead. They don't want you to work. Racist people are not going to say, we like Star Wars, or we don't like Star Wars, but we like Marvel movies. We like black people in Marvel movies, but we don't like black people in Star Wars. No, they're just going to say, we hate black people, or we hate Asian people, or we hate Indian people, or we hate white people. Yes, white people, because white people can be discriminated against too. Yes, that is true. Deal with it. But that, my friends, is what racism is. Based upon race, people will hate you no matter where you go, no matter who you are, they're gonna hate you. So, Jonathan Majors, what you have done right here, besides give us an example of some really, really cool irony, is you've proved that the fandom is not, in fact, racist as a whole. Of course, he said a-hole. Of course, there are going to be some racist people out there. Of course, that's going to happen. It's like I said before. However, for the most part, what you just proved is that if you didn't get that backlash, that racial backlash for playing in a movie in the MCU, and Moses Ingram did, what it really came down to was a critique. Because basically what I heard about Jonathan Majors when he first started was that he's a powerful actor. People can't wait to see what he does with the role of Kang. That was generally speaking what we saw. All right. So like I said, I just think that, you know me, I don't miss anything. So when I saw this come up, I looked at it, I flipped it over, I marinated in it, I did the backstroke in it. You know what I mean? And I just said to myself, hey, you know what he just did? He just broke that whole narrative that the fandom in general is just a toxic, racist place, because they did accept Jonathan Majors as Kang. You know what I mean? But every actor has to be open to critique. They have to be open to people looking at their performance and either loving it or not loving it. And if they don't love it, you don't get to just say, you hate me because I'm black, you hate me because I'm white, you hate me because I'm fat, you hate me because I'm skinny, you hate me because I'm tall, because I'm short, because I'm a woman, because I'm trans. You don't get to do all of that. You know what I mean? Because there are people out there, once again, that will discriminate. But in general, no, that's not what you're going to see. Now, Jonathan Majors, the ironic part is that you went and got yourself all tangled up in the possible abuse of a white woman. So the whole racial aspect ends up being there anyway. That is the tragic irony of it all. And Jonathan Majors, I really do hope that you are innocent, because after all, you are innocent until proven guilty, and you have not been proven guilty. So all of these people who are jumping on you now, well, those are those people who you were looking for. That's the thing. Those people who will say to you, well, see what he was beating a white girl. And that's not just white people who are saying it. There are black people who are washing their hands of you. He was with that white girl. That's what you get for messing with that white girl. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jonathan Majors. There it is. So like I said before, guys, far be it from me to miss the irony of this. And of course, I brought it to you so you can get in the comment section and just tell me what you feel about this. This is old news that he had this interview, and I just felt like it was interesting looking back to what we know now, looking back to what he said. He was waiting for the backlash. Well, this could be it. Once again, I say to you, a perfect example of be careful what you wish for. All right, guys, thank you for listening. I'll catch you in the next one. This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.